PMac movies. Haven't been live in a while here, and I just watched two movies. I watched The Lift, and I watched, what was the other one? Oh, Wonder Woman. Neither were particularly spectacular. I would say The Lift was a much better movie. Wonder Woman more of a kind of a sleazy, grindhousey type of thing, but I figured I was gonna go and make lunch here and then enjoy the sunshine. So might as well go live here for a little bit and have a chat while I do these things. If you're joining me, let me know. If we don't get too many people, I probably won't go very long here. But I'm gonna fry up some salmon here on PMac Movies. Where can I put it where that the light's not gonna be nasty? Let's see here. So we're gonna be doing a few things at once. Frying up some salmon. PMac Movies turning into a cooking show. Atlantic salmon from Aldi. $2 off coupon. Beer me. Healthy. So I already made a video today. Shared some of my thoughts. I thought it was a fairly decent video. There's a lot of things, a lot of ways you could kind of go with the topics that I addressed, and there's a lot of things to talk about, but the response so far seems to be decent. And it's something that people come in and want to talk about that during this. I could do that to some degree while I'm taking care of this fish. I probably won't be seeing your comments right away since I'm trying to do a few things at once. Joe Masiello. Yes, we have a TV on top of the fridge. That one used to be in the living room. Blu-ray Addict, what'd you think? Stanley the Manly's in the hizzy. Hey, Stanley. Cooking some fish with a little organic butter. Which is another thing that, of course, was a lie that came out regarding butter. And, you know, they pushed margarine being much more healthy for you than butter, which is totally the opposite. Butter is much better for you than margarine. Margarine is not good for you at all. I do use coconut oil to cook also, but I feel like with the fish, the butter is better. Butter is better. Okay, let's get this fish ready here. Where's the knife? It's not in the rack, and it's not in the knife holder. This is quite the... Oh, there it is, okay. Crisis averted here on PMac Movies. It's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm planning to get this fish going and possibly eat it outside, but I'm definitely going to go out and play some cornhole. Me and Charmy have our cornhole competitions. We're both pretty good when we go to parties. We pretty much always win. We always beat our opponents. Cornhole champions. If you guys have ever watched the professional cornhole players, it's unbelievable. They put like everyone in. It's freaking incredible. Yeah, it's got to be really hot there. I mean, it's pretty hot here. I like it. It's not like I don't think it's like super humid. But probably gonna be around high 80s, 90, which not too bad. Yeah, I think it's a lot more than money, but the bottom of it is controlled. They can kind of, the top can kind of control things using money, and that's why you get the thing there where if there's, for every case, these hospitals are getting money and stuff like that. So the end goal, or the end, what do I want to say? They're not just doing it for money, but they can control things with money to a big degree. And that's how they control a lot of things. Money is used as a method of control. Whoever controls the money has the power. And, I think that's pretty apparent for people with their eyes open, that if you have money, you can solve a lot of issues with it. If you totally control the financial system, well, you have more power than anyone else. Alright, we're putting a couple slabs of salmon on the pan here. Fry that up. I need to cut me up some celery too. Have a little celery with my salmon. I don't think I'm gonna eat a starch, like a carb or anything. I was thinking about some of those little potatoes, but I don't think we have any left, or rice, but I think just the salmon and the celery is gonna be enough. That might take a little while to cook there. Where do you live, Blu-ray Addict? LeBron James is out there. Just kidding, it's just some guy with a LeBron James jersey. Who else we got in the hizzy here? We got 11 people, but certainly not 11 that have participated. PA, yeah. I mean, the weather in PA is pretty similar here to New York State, so Gonna get pretty similar weather. Hey Bill, did you hoard up in the Severance sale? You know you want to. It's hoarding time. Good prices on for a lot of stuff from Severin right now, if you're so inclined. I ordered kind of a lot. Actually, it's gonna be quite the package. I'm concerned like how long it's gonna take for me to get it, but the reality is I have so much stuff to watch that it doesn't really matter when I get it. I remember it was probably way back in like 2010 or 2011. This guy who used to sell horror movies, he had a website, and I forget his name, but he had a deal where it was like Blue Underground stuff was like $10, and at that time, it was like an amazing deal, and it was just like a one-man show. So this guy got just like a ridiculous amount of orders, and it ended up being a huge fiasco. Like, he just couldn't handle all the orders, and it was like he was like selling stuff. I don't know if he was even selling it at a profit. There was something weird going on where I don't know if he was just trying to drum up business for his site, if he was selling the Blue Underground titles at like a loss to get people onto his thing, but he ended up having to totally close down his website. And this was like a big thing on Blu-ray.com back then. And I had to like go through PayPal and cancel my orders because he didn't ship any of them out. But I think a few of them, like I had placed 2 orders maybe, and one of them I got refunded for. One of them was like too late. And so I paid for those movies and never got them. And it was like years later, several years later, a package ends up, I just got splattered with the butter. I'm gonna have to put a cover on this. Did you guys see me get splattered right there? Literally the butter frickin' splattered all over me. Hopefully it didn't get in my eye. Anywho, doesn't hurt or anything. Should be okay. Anywho, I ended up with that Blue Underground order years later. Years. It might have been, I'm thinking it might have been 2013, and I ordered them in 2010. I think that's how it ended up working. I ended up getting those in 2013 or 2014. So it took like 3 or 4 years to get my order. Cornhole's a fun, relaxing game. Where can I get the Gamma Collection cheaper than $130? I don't know if I'm going to keep the pre-order that I did, but I pre-ordered it on Target.com when it was buy 2 get 1. So I think it ended up being right around $100 with that deal, but they don't have that anymore. So I don't know that you're going to be able to pre-order it for much cheaper than the 120 something or 130 or whatever it is. But I'm sure it'll go down in price once it's been out for a little while. Happy 4th of July, Marvel fan 45. Gotta make sure the salmon doesn't stick to the pan. This pan's pretty good about that, though. The salmon is slippery. Very dangerous if left uncovered. They're supposed to be having fireworks next door here tonight, I think they told us. So that would be kind of cool, although the governor has come out and said they're going to be arresting people or whatever, I don't know, fining or arresting or whatever bullshit they're doing. They want to keep people in a constant state of stress, away from socialization, away from other people, scared. That's what the system's always wanted, but now they're really ramping it up to an extreme degree. A very obvious degree. It's amazing to me that people can't see it, but they put the thing out there where, if you don't follow the rules, if you don't follow these rules, the cases are going to go up and we're going to have to lock you down again. It is a case where they are literally traumatizing people. It's like if somebody had a hostage and they gave them certain rules. If you yell, if you start screaming for help, we're going to do this. And it's similar to that kind of situation. Oh, if you go over towards the window and you start yelling or whatever, we're gonna board up the windows and you're not even gonna be able to look out the windows. It's that sort of thing is what's going on. I hope I don't get hair loss. Uh-oh, we got a troll in here. I mean, do you think my hairlines are receding a little bit, but I'm not, you're not going to get me on that one. I'm not really self-conscious about it, so, people come in here and say stuff like that and they think it's going to bother me. Kind of strange. Make a salmon for Charmy. Yeah, there's plenty of salmon here. I'm not going to eat all this, so if Charmy wants some when she gets home, she'll definitely have some. How is COVID in your area? Let's see. There's nothing as far as I can tell. Where do we got the celery in here? Some celery sticks. do. Wegmans Organic Celery. There's a ton of PMac fans in Vegas, it must be. Bill, I'm surprised that you're not hunting for some severance here today, now that the site's actually up and running. I was really disappointed by the Kino sale. I mean, I guess not really disappointed. I didn't even know there would be a sale, but then I saw, somebody posted that there was a sale. And, of course, Kino sale, you find some goodies that are cheaper than before. I mean, there's ones that I had my eye on during previous sales, but they were just a little bit too pricey. And it was just, I don't think it was like their Studio Classics line that they usually have. It was more, it was like a different line, and the prices were, I saw a lot of like 13, 14 bucks. And so that was kind of not what I was after. Oh well. Not a big deal. But Kino does sales a fair amount, and they have some pretty darn good deals, including some of their newer stuff. It's surprising, kinda, I would say, how they'll put some newer stuff on there for about 10 bucks. And, I mean, to me, it doesn't even really make much sense, because if something's brand new, been selling for 18, 20 bucks or whatever, why not drop it down to, why not make the sale 14 or 12 bucks? I mean, I'm not complaining, just from a business standpoint. To me, that's what I would do. I would drop it down a little bit slower, and then once you've been selling it for a while and you've kind of gotten all your sales that you could have gotten at those prices, then you, at that point, you look and say, well, let's drop it down a little bit more. Let's drop it to 12 so we can get people who are holding off to that price, and then you wait a little bit longer. You put it down to 10, but that's not really how they do it. I don't know how these companies come up with their pricing schemes, but they'll, the movie will be down to 8, and then it'll jump up to 10 the next sale, and it's kind of interesting how they do it. But I would think that they have some sort of computer system in place, kind of giving them an idea how to do it. But I don't know how that stuff works. I'm just speculating. They must have some sort of statistical process to come up with their pricing, I would think. Alright, what else we got here? Kino's bringing a couple Michael J. Foxes to Blu-ray, huh? I might need those. The Hard Way and Secret of My Success. I might have Secret of My Success on DVD, possibly. Are you guys fans of salmon? I'm hoping to cook it so it's kind of like a little crispy here on the outside. Actually, I gotta put some some salt on it. I got kind of busy with the YouTube here, and I forgot to put some seasoning on it. Get some herbs in there and stuff. Very tasty. It'll be very tasty, hopefully. Cooking with PMac Movies, and a special here on the 4th of July. People are getting bored out of their minds. We had like 19 and now there's 14. I can't imagine why. You know, with everything, kind of to some degree, they're kind of going to take it. They're already doing it, taking it back and forth. They're playing with people. It's a way to toy with people, to play with people's emotions. You know, yeah, our plan is to do this. Oh, the cases are rising. Oh, we can't do that now. And it's a back and forth little thing that they're doing, and it's all by design from my perspective. It's all planned out to perfection in a lot of ways. Yeah, Jesse. I am cooking salmon. The chemical department at Walmart is always empty. Yeah. Like the chemicals, like the disinfectants and the stuff like that, you mean? I mean, quite honestly, for me, I've looked into bacteria and viruses and germs years ago, and my perspective on how much I needed to use soap and things like that changed a lot. Soap, unless you really need it, like if you have something on your hands where you really need, you need soap to get it off. But otherwise, water will be effective at most things, and you don't really want to be washing off the natural oils and bacteria on your body all the time. And I rarely ever get sick. So from just my personal observations, and the germ theory is a theory because it's never been proven. And they came up with the germ theory many, many years ago, and it hasn't been proven. So what does that tell you? Yeah, the neighbor's fireworks, yeah, ours too. We'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting. Because all the fireworks shows at like the public places have all been canceled. They were canceled months in advance, I believe. I think they were canceled quite a while ago. So, Pretty incredible stuff. It's interesting what they're going to do, like with the NFL season. I think, Quantum of Conscience, Matt was talking about how, again, like with everything else, they're going to play with people. They're going to make it seem like there's not going to be a season. They're kind of going to go back and forth on it. It's going to look like they are going to have a season. They aren't going to have a season. And it's a way to just toy with people. Because a lot of people care a great deal about football. I mean, that's just the reality of it, whether you think it's right or not. A lot of people, it's very important to them. The NFL is very important to them. And that's just another way to kind of toy with people. Hi, Eric. I'm doing well. Let's see. Music and movies. Any plans for tonight, PMac? The neighbors are actually, we were invited over. My parents have some friends. We were invited there. We go over there sometimes and hang out with them, and it's fun. I don't think we're going to do that because Charmaine has to work tomorrow morning. It's a little bit of a haul. It's like a half hour. And then like coming home late in the dark and stuff. But the neighbors also invited us over for fireworks, so I think that we're just probably going to do that and hang out. It's a really, nice day and stuff, so probably just hang out, play some beanbag game in the backyard. Jesse, what you're saying about the middle class has been going on for many years. Is this escalating it? Absolutely. Every little false war that's out there, drug, the medical system, it just totally drains the middle class and you don't get positive results from it. To get positive results from these things, you would have to have a system where natural health was focused on, which actually helps people's bodies. People would be taught how to eat healthy, how to, when they're sick, what to do, not just using toxic drugs and things like that. How to take care of yourself. People would be taught those things, but instead it's just it's ridiculous. You go to a doctor and it's just like they don't teach you anything. They just write out a drug for you to take to treat your problem, and then it just causes other problems. I think we're about done here with the fish, but take a look at other things, the drug war. What does the drug war accomplish? There's more drugs now out there than there's ever was, and there's more people with drug problems than there ever was. So it's just all a waste. And then you have and there's a lot of money involved. I mean, who's paying for all that? Who's paying for all that? These things to go on, the medical treatment, the prison system, all this stuff. Who's paying for it? You know who's paying for it. And the war on cancer, where more people have trouble with cancer than ever, including kids. And it's unbelievable that people buy all this stuff. They just buy it. That they're actually trying to, oh, you gotta run for the cure and stuff like that. They've been doing that for how long? And no progress. Here's the salmon. That one piece there is kind of thick, so hopefully it cooked well enough. I guess I'm going to find out here in a few minutes if it did. Let me see if I missed some comments. What is the best movie or best find you found at Dollar Tree store? What happened to the War on Terror? Well, you know what happened. They got their other story that they're pushing now. Thank you, music and movies. I think somebody said something I was going to respond to. The best Dollar Tree find. Ooh, that's a tough question. You know, people finding that 4400 complete series, that's a great find. I thought I was getting a great deal on that when I bought it a few years ago, and I think I paid 18 or something. That would have definitely been one that if I didn't already have it, I definitely would have wanted that one. So that was a really cool one. I was looking at one movie recently that I thought was a pretty good find that I got from Dollar Tree. I actually haven't watched it, but it's probably considered one of the better finds. It's with the guy who made the movie Prime, I think it's called, which was kind of an indie movie, and I can't really remember what it was. Yeah, we do have an air fryer, Joe. I feel like the fish turns out better when you actually like fry it. Chicken's good though in the air fryer. We like the chicken. We air fry like drumsticks and stuff, and that turns out good. I'm not huge into music. I read it since the start of the... I mean, yeah, wealth has continued to go, responding to Jesse, wealth has continued to go to a very small portion of people, less than 1%, I mean. But that's something that they've been working on for a long time. Hot. Yeah, Joe's asking, what does Bill's wife think about the fame that he's receiving now? Almost 1,000 subs. He's the man. She doesn't care. Uh-oh, I'm making music and movies hungry. Sorry. What do you do for work? Do you watch Bill's channel? Not just another Vegas Dell? Haha. Autographs. I don't think Bill's wife loves his collecting much. Tartar? No, no tartar. Sometimes I put a little chipotle ranch dressing with it, which is good, but not necessary. It's got, you know, it was cooked in butter, so it's pretty good. Oops. I guess I shouldn't use that finger to scroll. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in this movie community love hunting for movies for sure. We all need PMac movies in our life. That is true. And so many people go without. It's really a shame. It's you know, it's a sad thing. There's a lot of people out there that go without PMac movies. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, the hunt looked interesting. I only watched a short portion. And based on what you're saying, We Summon the Darkness probably gets a lot better. I watched a small portion of that. I tend to prefer to watch movies that I actually have on disc, so that's why I don't watch the streaming ones a whole lot. 14 Blu-rays at Goodwill. What did you get there, Blu-ray Addict? Holy cow. Philosophia, what'd you get at Big Lots? They have a bunch of clearance stuff, but it's, you know, it's stuff that's been there a while. Oh, you put it on your channel? I didn't know you made video. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at your video here. I heard there's some new stuff with like TV seasons. And plus they got that 20% off coupon, so. Yeah, the Clint Eastwood box set, I saw somebody got that. That might be something that's a very, very rare find. I do have that set already. But It's got a lot of movies in it for $5. Only one person's reporting it. So I think that Clint Eastwood box set's going to be more like the Freaks and Geeks box set was, where it was like only a couple people found it or something. Mmm. Salmony. Yeah, the library has some, maybe some Criterions and stuff like that. Got the Clint Eastwood director's set at Dollar General. The director's set, now is that the one that's like 4 or 5 or 6 movies or something like that? Bill, who are you talking to about the thrift stores? Me or somebody else? Mine are not very crowded. Tubi, I have it downloaded on one of my TVs. It might be this TV out in the kitchen has it, but I haven't really watched anything on it. I did see that it's got a fair amount of decent stuff for free. So I do know about it. I'm aware of it. Yeah, Walmart has the Scream and Shout Factories. The Fly Collection's one that is at very few Walmarts. Yeah, Fly Collection, very hard to find. The Batavia store, about a half hour away that I used to work at, that carries it. And then there's another store about an hour away from me that carries it. But no other stores, and there's, Buffalo, Rochester area, there's quite a few stores, and I don't know about any of them carrying that, so it's very kind of rare to find. I guess I could have grabbed another one, actually. There was another one when I got mine. However, that other one had damage to the box. Get my other salmon saved for later here, in case Charmy wants it, and if she doesn't want it, then I will eat it at some point. She's planning on making something else nose. Let's see what I missed. Have you watched the Fly movies yet? The only Fly movie I've ever seen is the David Cronenberg Fly movie. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. I thought it might be one because it's very highly regarded, and I do like David Cronenberg. I'm making sure there's nothing in my eye there. I don't think so. I do like David Cronenberg. That's not like one of my favorites of his. I didn't really like it that much. I thought it might be one where I could watch it and, you know, maybe pick up more and like it. Like Blade Runner was a movie where the first couple times I watched it, I didn't care for it at all. And eventually I enjoyed it a lot. I liked it a lot. Some of the deeper aspects of it, the music, the feel of it. So I'm not really a big fan of Fly, but The Fly. But I did want that set with all the movies. I thought that was a good deal there at $40. And it's interesting too, with all these Fox movies, what's going to happen to all these Fox movies? You know, now that Disney has taken over the Fox catalog. Yeah, Cronenberg did direct Map to the Stars. I do have that one too, but I haven't watched it. It seems like he started making some movies that aren't really like the old horror stuff that he used to make. It's interesting how that happens. People like John Carpenter and David Cronenberg, you would think that they would get better with age. You know, you get older, you get better at your craft. But they've just kind of faded in their movies, like you don't even really hear about it much. Disney owns Hulu too. Wow, they own like everything. It's ridiculous. I think I'm gonna eat a little bit more fish. I need to get fuel for my beanbag tossing coming up here in a few minutes. We're gonna have to end the video because I'm going to get some sun. I'm going topless. We're getting some vitamin D on as much skin as possible. Unfortunately, not enough privacy to go out totally naked, but we'll do as much as we can to get some sun on the skin. Yeah, that's what I got. The salmon with the cedar plank, but I'd never cooked it with the cedar plank before. So I set the cedar plank aside and just cooked it. Apparently you soak the cedar plank in, I don't know, wine or what, something. How do you do it? We're going to finish up here in a few minutes. I'm just finishing up my fish, and then I'm going to go outside. Yeah, that's what it says to do. It says to grill it. Charmy is at work. Not just another Vegas doll's getting some KFC. Charmy works until 2:30. She works today, tomorrow, and Monday. I'm off all those days, so. And then I work 4 days, and then I'm off for another week. There in the middle of July. Alright, well thanks guys for joining me, guys and gals. And hope you enjoyed the video. I have finished my fish. I'm going to go outside, get some sunshine, and play some beanbag toss, some cornhole. We'll see you guys next time on, say it with me, PMac Movies.